The question is, was Andrew being racist
innocent,
here?
by the way.
I've never seen this clip. Let's play it.
You just glow up the other culture.
Yeah, so you'll see a guy who's had a black girlfriend, all of a sudden he's got buzz cut, like clean shape up.
They shave their hair because they start losing it. Because they're so stressed being around this black girl complaining about shit. That's why they gotta shave their hair.
Nah, bro, white guys with black girlfriends,
They grow a beard
they step
because
their dick
there's
up.
more cushion when they get slapped. Do you guys have you ever had black girlfriends?
Yeah.
Have you ever had white girls?
Yeah.
No, keep
wow.
playing.
Okay. What's your favorite?
We love them all.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
We love them all.
Yeah.
That means white.
Yo, who gets
That means what?
Hey, let me get a US translation.
Kendrick fans? Get him!
Wait a minute.
They cut the best
You
part.
said Kendrick
I've never seen this before.
Well, at the very, very end, he says, Kendrick fans, get him. So
I did not know you said that.
Oh, my little rascals hurt.
Action.
Andrew Schultz doubled down. He made a joke about wanting to get Kung Fu Kenny, that he was going to grab him, yoke him up, beat him up in a jail cell, split open his cheeks, and drop that meat in between his cheeks. Why would a white man talk like that about another prominent multimillionaire? You really don't hear people talk like this. And Andrew Schultz, he says, I'm a comedian. And so for me, my question to all the comedians, when does the jokes stop and reality begins?
What man even wakes up to think about that? Like, in all that we've been talking about, and you know what? I shot Andrew Schultz some bail. I've been shooting you some bail because I had a point and some rhetoric I want to point out about our community. But to you, sir, how do you wake up and think that this is the joke I'm going to tell, that I have this fantasy, this fetish, that I'm going to be in a jail cell with this man and take advantage of him, that he can't even just fight me off? Man, you're a weirdo. And
Do you know the process of a comedian? These people are very studious. Like, they take writing jokes seriously. So you have to write the joke out, rewrite the joke, go perform it, like test it out to see how does it work, and then come back and tune it in again. And so maybe he was in the initial stages of telling this joke because they're trying to find the funny. They try to find the funny in even messed up situations, but you're creating the situation. What's the funny in taking a man's manhood?
his bosom buddy Charlemagne doesn't think it's that bad either. You know, he's kind of wild. Didn't he say he was gonna suck somebody off if he lost a bet or something like that?
He did. He said a whole bunch of crazy, foul
Yeah.
things. Now, he's a shock jock also.
Right.
Sexuality is one of the major ways to get attention in the media. It just is. You say something outlandish. Andrew Schultz is on The Brilliant Idiots.
Right.
That's their show together. Charlemagne the God and Andrew Schultz is The Brilliant Idiots. And so just now, like 2 days ago or a day ago, they have a new episode. And Charlemagne is sitting in the room with Andrew Schultz. And now let's paint the picture of the room and how Andrew Schultz. It's Charlemagne sitting next to him. It's Nyla, a black woman, sitting in between them. It's a black woman off camera, Taylor. And then the producer is also black. And so there's 4 black people in the room with this one white man saying, I can tell black jokes in front of black people and you can't do anything because everybody in the room is okay with it. Now, the 2 black women, they're pushing back and telling him it's not funny, it's offensive, and he's pontificating on how he believes it's funny. I tell jokes around the world.
Right.
I sold millions of tickets. And so because there's an audience who wants to pay for it, man, a bunch of white people went to lynchings. A bunch of white people went to lynchings. They just wanted to see this spectacle. I want to see someone say something crazy about black folks.
Now you're up here saying how people are threatening you and threatening your baby and your kid. But let me ask you a question. You don't think that Kendrick Lamar has children? You don't think that he has children of age that go to school and that they're not privy to what's happening on the Shade Room and all these sites on social media where they can see you talking about their father? So what do you think about that?
He said she was going to take the man and treat him like a pocket a fifi in the penitentiary. Like, and then, you know what? It's so wild because when you're watching it, every Andrew Schultz fan is going to come and watch this thing like so mad. But it's comedy. It's comedy. You know what's not comedy? He starts saying, everybody in TDE, all your friends, y'all are all tough guys. Y'all can beat me up. He's trying to cop a plea before they show up because he knows the thing that he's saying is so offensive.
Right.
And now, for everybody who believes in free speech, I believe in free speech too.
Yes.
You're not free from the consequences of things that you say. If
No.
you offend somebody and they respond to you, but in whatever way that they see fit, you can't start crying. You can't start talking about how they're coming after your family.
Hey, nobody cares about black people. And I think it's time for us to wake up and realize that and when I mean no one, I mean absolutely no one. Everybody that you thought was an ally to black people, anybody that you thought was your friend in the political space, in the entertainment space, it doesn't matter, even in the medical space, no one is your friend. And the quicker we see that, the more we can come together and see that we need to get in tune to what's happening.
How do you rationalize that? Because I have a lot of people in my circle who are non-black. How do you rationalize that even though this person deals with me, even though they were cordial, probably known each other for 20 years, 30 years, and I still know they say it's not covert, it's overt. They make comments and they try to other me. But you can't other me. Like, you're talking about people in a stereotypical way, in a way that it's not even, you say racism. I just know that you don't like these people. You don't want to be around these people. Like, you'll do anything not to be around black folks. And so then when I say the ism, because wealthy black folks don't want to be around black folks either.
Hey, you sent me something. Now, he sends me things all the time to look at, and he just so happened this was last night before we started this show, and I was infuriated. So if you want to look at something that can help you really understand what I'm saying by nobody cares about black people, Lex Freeman just put out an episode with I always get his name right, Sagar and Jetty.
Yeah, Sagar
and Jetty.
Breaking Point.
Talking about DEI and where it's rooted in. Now, I hadn't heard anyone yet say that this is rooted here specifically, because we've heard this term DEI, but we already know where it came from. And he references affirmative action.
He says that DEI is just a natural progression of the civil rights movement legislation. That
is huge. That in itself is huge. And I implore you to go check out the episode and really for yourself, look at what others... I've said this before. I know I've said it here, that we're geopolitically, no one's going to care about our slavery. No one's going to care about our Jim Crow if we don't. If we don't say, hey, this is where we need to be progressing, because...
let's deep dive that right
there. Yeah, go ahead.
Sagar and Jetty is born of Indian parents. He's like the first generation person. And he knows America more than you know America. He knows about the civil rights movement more than you know about the civil rights movement. He knows more about the legal system in America than you. By information and education, he's more American than any nigga in America.
Oh, man.
And so how can you possibly compete intellectually if you don't even know your own history?
Come on.
If you don't even have these people, Sagar and Jetty, Andrew Schultz, J.D. Vance, there's a silent web of conservative-minded media who are using their resources to make sure that their family, their lineage, their ideology, it goes forward. What is your ideology? I decided to say that we were going to reclaim the American identity, seeing as we were here before America was known as America. We don't have nowhere else to go. By blood, sweat, and everything that I am, I'm an American. And so when I say the greatest American alive, I'm trying to tell black folks that you have claim to this just like every other person. You can't let no person come from India and be more patriotic than you. You can't let a motherfucker like DJ Academics come from Jamaica and be more black than you. These people can't control the culture. We control the culture. When Andrew Schultz says some bullshit, man, we ain't... No, Andrew Schultz, you can't talk like that because we said that you can't talk like that. Huh? Because we said it's not funny. Huh? Rewrite the joke, nigga. No, I can't cancel you. No, I'm not threatening no physical harm to you. We're telling you. The internet is telling you. Black people are telling you. Your ticket sales are going to tell you, man, don't play with me.
You guys were complaining. I heard a lot of people that supported Democrats say, well, where's our Joe Rogan? Right here. This is the media where we're just talking about media. We want to get to know people. We want to have a wide range of conversation and put out something where everybody can get into it and have this political dialogue. Black people, this is for you to come here, not just be offended because we said we voted for Trump and didn't vote for Kamala. What we want you to understand is we had a political protest.
Think about what you're saying right now. I think that's a loser ideology. Where is our Joe Rogan?
It is.
I don't need to go find Goliath to fight for me. Bitch, my name is David. I squabble hard. I'm a little nigga. I don't care. You people who all make less than $50,000 a year, specifically men, you don't have to watch The Brilliant Idiots. You don't have to watch Flagrant. You don't have to buy an Andrew Schultz ticket. And maybe it doesn't affect them on the grand scale. Man, but when niggas stop showing up, by 20,000 people don't watch, 10,000 tickets don't get sold, and then maybe he'll start talking differently. Like that's how we impact culture. That have a better conversation. Actually have an agenda. Sagar and Jetty in that interview, he referenced probably 20 books. 20 books. 20.
One thing I will say this too. It inspired me because I said, hey, I gotta read more.
You gotta fight back.
I gotta read more. We gotta get information. We also need scholarship. We need scholars. We need black scholars to get in and say, we're gonna study this. We're gonna bring data too, because here's what's happening too. These guys are not just showing up with opinion.
Back.
Go ahead, push back.
Hell no.
You don't think we need scholarship?
Man, that dude was born and designed to read books. That's what he was born and designed to do. I wasn't born and designed to read books. I was born and designed to go to war. That's what I was designed for. That's what I did. That's what I'm built for. And I want to continue that. My rhetoric ain't his rhetoric. Life is for real. I can tell you about life on a street level, on an intimate level. I don't have to tell you about America from some scholar's opinion about what America is.
Let me get my pushback.
Go ahead.
But check this out. This might be the greatest debate today. But check this out. If we get somebody to quantify that and put it in information where we can present it, it sticks more. The written word. I don't want to quote Hitler, but he talks about not just having his speech.
Why don't you?
Because, hey, they're fascists. They're going to say we're fascists. But look, if you understand Hitler and him being a great orator, one thing that he said that must accompany a great speech is the written word. It combined, and of course with some fact-based items, is very powerful. So I feel as though we have experiences that if somebody comes and quantifies and say, hey, we can put some numbers to it, we can get on these same podcasts, we can come here, we can get out into the world and say, hey, no, Mr. Andretti.
Why do I need someone else to tell my story for me?
I'm talking about our people, though, doing it.
I'm just the majority of the world, the majority of history, there's no written language. Most people were powerful because they were powerful. And right now, they try to use education to tell me that I'm not powerful.
Right.
They wanted me to read their books, go to their school so I could compete with their ideas. I don't want your schools. I don't want your ideas. I know that you use those ideas to oppress me. And that's where a lot of black people are.
But I think over time, that is gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt us. It's gonna fuck us in the end because they're doing at the same time that they're trying to say that they don't want us to indoctrinate their children, they're indoctrinating us. They've been indoctrinating us the whole time. So let's just talk about that bullshit. When y'all talk about this DEI indoctrination and all this shit, we can't say that slavery really existed, but you want me to just believe in what you have in the history books. Who are on these history fucking school boards and stuff like that?
If we're going to have that conversation, we have to talk about power. And since we have not been building institutions like the Brookings Institute, since we don't have official think tanks pouring billions of dollars into our communities, into our ideas, now we can only sit there and criticize theirs. I ain't got to criticize theirs. I'm going to criticize mine. I'm going to talk more better to you. I'm going to tell you that I can't outcompete this nigga by reading, but I can show up with 10 million men. Right. And I'm going to tell you, hey, nigga, do you have the rhetoric or the ability and the authority to galvanize 10 million men? Because most people in history couldn't. I can think of maybe like Jesus, maybe like Gandhi, maybe Martin Luther King. You know what I'm saying? There are rare individuals. When we were talking at HCC about how we were going to impact the world, I said, hey, who do you want to be historically, right? I was like, I can be Huey. You know what I'm saying? The revolution has to start somewhere.
Right.
And it started with media. That's how it started. They had a newsletter putting out the ideas of how we're going to benefit our people. The revolution is about information and how you consume information. Bro, our people consume information in a rhythmic way. They like to feel it. They like to feel the truth. They like to go to church and want the pastor to make it plain. They want someone to talk to their soul. And so if I know my people, then I got to talk to my people. And if you hear my voice and you get mad at me, then shame on you because I'm talking to you.
Hey. It's just like when we came at Dr. Umar Johnson, I shared a clip on TikTok. It does this thing. People get in the comments and someone asks me, well, what are you doing? I get this asked a lot. I said, I'm doing it. Hey, this is a job.
But you
go ahead.
The game is to be sold, not told, nigga. The shit is called pimpology. I'm not here to educate you on the ways that you don't know how to make money. If you don't understand the power of media, then that's on you. If you don't know that there are industries that exist that make millions of dollars that you're not participating in, then that's on you. But what you're doing, hey, you're listening, huh? You're commenting, huh? I thank you so much for your support. Now go run tell that these two black men told a white man that no, you can't say that. I don't think it's funny. Taking black booty hole is not funny. Taking a man's masculinity is not funny. And thinking just because you can physically assault a person that's called grape, huh? That's called taking it, huh?
And there was a time where people were trying to cancel you for that. So that's very odd that he even brought that up. Hey, you know what? This is the perfect time to not just be here watching and ready to just argue with us. Like it, subscribe it, share it so we can grow it. That's the whole point. Because guess what? When I was talking about this is what we do and this is our job to show up to be revolutionary right here, you're right. We can go back to the printing press. Ever since we could get information out, it has been used politically. That is the start. Once you start there politically, you galvanize people. You physically get them to meet up in a place, 10 million men. That's what we need you to do with us. And then you have representation. You put your 10 million man shirt on, and guess what? We get to move forward.
I've been listening to Andrew Schultz for a long time, and he's very anti-working man. When COVID hit, he was like, get back to work. Get back to work. And it's easy to say that when you ain't got to stand and deal with all these sick people. It's easy to other people when you have some money, when your life is very comfortable. So I pay attention. I want to know the ideas of the people who don't think like me. I don't want to live in no echo chamber. So I've been seeing Andrew Schultz coming for about 5 years now.
Okay.
And so now that he's doing shows at Madison Square Garden, I saw the ability to take an idea, disseminate the idea, grow the idea, and grow an audience that believes in this idea. Andrew Schultz did that. He found like-minded people who want to talk shit on black folks. And I'm just saying, like, I want to do it in a more positive way. I don't want to talk shit on nobody. I think people are supposed to be powerful.
Charlamagne, cuff his balls next time he starts talking too, because I mean, damn, it's like he loves it. It's like
play gay all day.
Then you just went to okay. How about this?
Charlamagne got 4 daughters and a wife, and he plays gay every day.
And then you segued to talking about Drake. No. We're not talking about Drake right now. We think we know what's going on with Drake and Kendrick. We're talking about how you let this white man right next to you violate Kendrick.
Both of these men are 40 years old, still talking about playing with somebody's booty. Like, when does that joke stop? Like, when do you get more funny? When do you get more creative? I don't even think that I would listen to Dave Chappelle sitting there talking about playing with a man's butt. Like, it's not funny. It's not creative.
And it's not something I don't even play those games. And at almost 40 years old, it's not something that intrigues me.
Please don't never laugh at my joke when it's not funny. When I watch the Andrew Schultz and The Flagrant, he has a cast of men, and every time he tells a half-hearted, every time this man tells a joke, even if it's not funny, his people start laughing. They start cackling. Ah, ha, 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 ha. Akash Singh, all these individuals. Akash Singh, the MAGA movement. Donald Trump is supposed to be pro-America. In his cabinet, he has multiple first-generation immigrants. He has a South African. He has these brown-faced people. They love everybody except for us. And you said it, but they think that I'm being emotional, but in their heart they know that they don't like me, but I'm not supposed to say it out loud. Like, because I'm tolerated, I'm not appreciated. When I see, like right now, they're not going to be able to deport all these people. They don't let in 20 million people. They're not going to be able to deport all these people, right? They got to pay. They got to make sure that the schools can house them. They got to make sure these people got food. They're finna spend billions upon billions of dollars for these people that just showed up and said, hi, we're here. And that was allowed by Joe Biden. This is all pre-planned and orchestrated. And then you look at us and tell us, take our jokes. We're going to laugh at you. You're going to be the ass of America, and we're going to keep kicking you into perpetuity. And so when you ask, is reparations coming? Hell yeah. Because you can't show me that you have the financial capacity to help other people and not help me, and don't think I'm not going to get angry.
And we're 13% and we built the country. This American flag, that red, you see it on there, that's our blood on that flag, along with that white man that also constructed this country and put it together. So yeah, I definitely have a problem with somebody named Andretti who hasn't been here very long, telling me what I deserve and what I shouldn't get so he can come in and get more piece of the pie. No, they don't care about us.
They say it very specifically. Because you're saying Sagar Enjeti, Vivek Ramaswamy, these individuals, they go specifically to the civil rights movement, and they say we shouldn't be trying to rehash things that happened 200 years ago.
I don't think Indians like black people. I'm just gonna be honest. I don't think collectively they don't think Kamala's Indian, right? They wasn't claiming her like that. Like, you're starting to see this group of Indian movement that's more white aligned, and they are specifically coming after us and attacking us. Like, the only reason why you probably even get what you got is because darker hued people like ourselves made it possible. So why are you who gives you the right? Who gives you the right to tell us what civil rights means here? Who gives you that right?
We did.
And we fucked up.
You know why we did? Because They made a decision. They looked at their lifestyle where they was at. They looked at the billion Indians around them. And they said, man, it's really hard to compete. And they looked overseas and said, man, I'm going to spend $20,000, $30,000, my life savings to get over there because I can outcompete that nigga. He don't want it like I want it. He don't want it like I want it. Those black folks occupy all the jobs, all the black jobs in service industries and doing manual labor. But when you look at doctors, lawyers, professional class individuals, all they want to go do is get a sociology degree. They don't want to go get no doctorates in actual medical profession. They don't want to do the work. They don't want to do the work. And so if I don't want to do the work, then it's easy for someone else to come and do the work for me.
You know what y'all stuck on? Y'all stuck on. Now I'm talking about black people. I'm talking to us right now. Y'all stuck on, me, 50. 6-figure incomes. You gotta have 6-figure income. You gotta have a 12-inch penis. All the trivial debauchery feel things that's in our culture is what we stuck on.
That sounds like a very specific person.
That's black women, black women specifically. You got black men following in suit, being soft, sassy. I'm mad. I ain't gonna lie, I'm mad. I am mad. I am angry because this is what we're stuck on and we're not seeing the bigger picture. We're not seeing I am very angry. I'm serious. I'm very fucking serious that we do not see the bigger picture here. And guess what? Y'all will look at us and hate us.
But that anger is supposed to come out in actual policy. We're supposed to take that anger and channel it in the 10 million man march so that we can actually stand up against an oppressive system. When I say, because I have to be I want everyone to understand what power looks like. And so 10 million men can stand together digitally. 10 million men can all put the 10 million man logo as their icon. There is a way to show solidarity.
Well, we got something coming up.
You can go through the information section and you can hit TheGreatestAmericanAlive at gmail.com. You can email us, and then through emailing us, then we can contact you.
There we go.
So we can keep everything secure and keep your privacy. Because in this fight, man, I think I have this. My concept is that we own ourselves in the digital realm, physical realm, spiritual realm, and every other realm into perpetuity. And if we don't understand our value, then it's very hard to defend it. And when I say that, this isn't arbitrary. You can't write a law that says that you can own me. That's called slavery. So there's no digital slavery, no YouTube, no Meta. You cannot own my information into perpetuity. But this conversation is not being had anywhere because those companies are too big. We look at Elon Musk, oh, he's so great. We look at Jeff Bezos, oh, he's so great. And we bow down to our digital masters. And as soon as we see a person get some money, they become okay with us. Because Andrew Schultz was able to sell some tickets and create an audience, then all of a sudden, everything he said is supposed to be okay. And I don't think that's okay.
You guys got to understand that this is a powerful tool we're in front of, and we're not using it correctly. We're using it to shake ass. We're using it to, promote all sort of perverted things. When guess what you really can do with this? You can spread an ideology and you can grow that. And you know what? I would invite other content creators that believe what we believe to start a channel and start doing this because we can't do it by ourselves.
I can't say that when 54% of Americans can't read at a 6th grade level that you can create your own ideology. No, what I can say is that you need to go read the Bible once, 2, 3 times. You need to go read the Quran. You need to have some type of spiritual diet so that you can compete in the spiritual war. That's all this is. This is a battle between good and evil.
That's true.
Which side is you on?
Hey, man, you need to pray. And I want every black American to wake up tomorrow and say this. I want you to look in the mirror. I want you to walk right to the mirror. Before you do anything, I want you to look in the mirror and say, hey, I am the greatest American alive.
The greatest American alive. The greatest American alive. The greatest American alive. The greatest American alive.